Shabbat Shalom. In this week and next week's Torah portion, we ready ourselves for the death of Jacob, and actually next week also Joseph. But in this week's Torah portion, we have a much more significant experience. The experience of the brothers finally coming back together and reconciling with each other. And I think about the division in our world these days, and I pray and I hope that this is a Shabbat that reminds us that even when others have wronged us, even when others are not like us, or don't like us, or unlike us, or don't like us, that we can find places to come together, to discover our common humanity is far more important and far more necessary than those things that divide us. With that, we begin page 128. Page 128, Hine ma tov umanayim Shabbat achim gam yachad. How good it is for us to come together, and coming together with us on the bima is Sophie Rindler. Nice to have Sophie with us.
הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. Again. שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is for you and me to live in peace and harmony. How good it is for you and me. Live in peace and harmony. הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Each of us enters this moment with a different need. Some hearts are full of peace and gratitude, overflowing with love and joy. They're eager to confront the day to make the world a better place. They're recovering from illness or have escaped misfortune, and we rejoice with them. Some hearts ache with disappointment, with sorrow. Disappointments weigh heavily upon them. Families have been broken. Loved ones lie on a bed of pain. Death has taken a cherished loved one. May our presence and caring bring them comfort. Some hearts are embittered. Ideals are betrayed and mocked. Answers sought in vain. Life has lost its meaning and value. May the knowledge that we too are searching restore our hope and our faith. Page 130, L'chu neranena l'Adonai. Come, let us sing to Adonai.
לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. נריע, נריע לצור אישנו, נקמה פניו בתודה. נריע, נריע לצור אישנו, בזמירות נריע לו. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני.
Bottom of page 131.
ישמחו השמיים,
ישמחו השמיים,
השמיים ותגל הארץ.
ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים,
השמיים ותגל הארץ. עיר המים, עיר המים, עיר המים, עיר המים, עיר המים, עיר המים,
יעלו שדי בכל אשר בא, אז ירננו כל הצייר. לפני אדוני קיווה קיווה לשפוט הארץ. ישפוט הבל בצדק ועמים ואמונתו.
Middle of page 137. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Adonai bestow strength upon our people Israel. Bless our people with peace.
Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai yevarech et amo. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai yevarech et amo.
welcome Shabbat as if we were welcoming a bride. Lecha Dodi, page 138.
לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה,
בני שבת,
בני שבת,
לקבלה, לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה, בני שבת, מקבלה.
לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה,
בני שבת,
בני שבת,
לקבלה, לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה, בני שבת, מקבלה. שמור וזכור ודיבור אחד, איש מי ינוע למיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, השם ולתפארת והתהילה.
לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה,
בני שבת,
בני שבת,
לקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת, לקבלה. לקראת שבת מכוון אלך, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסופה, סוף מעשה ומקשבה תחילה. לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה,
בני שבת,
בני שבת,
לקבלה, לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה, בני שבת, מקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה.
לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה,
בני שבת,
בני שבת,
לקבלה, לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה, בני שבת, מקבלה.
Rise, return to the door. We welcome the Shabbat bride.
בואי בשלום עטרת עליי, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה,
בני שבת,
בני שבת,
לקבלה, לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה,
בני שבת, לקבלה, לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה,
בני שבת,
בני שבת,
לקבלה, לך דודי,
לך דודי,
לקראת כלה,
לקראת כלה, בני שבת,
לקבלה,
בני שבת נקהבלה.
בני שבת לקבלה.
Isabel, would you come and light our Shabbat candles? Isabel and Javier are celebrating anniversary today. Good today. Happy anniversary. Leave it to Marcelo to
That's the anniversary
provide
votes,
musical.
as far as I know.
going to invite you to rise, page 146, Baruch Hu.
Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai, Amevorach.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach.
לעולם ועד. לעולם, לעולם, לעולם.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day turns to night. Again.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day turns to night.
בורא יום בלילה, כולל אור מפני חושך, כולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני יום. Roll into dark,
Roll into light.
night becomes day turns to night.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day turns to night.
Page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery.
ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד, שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו, לעולם ועד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו, לעולם ועד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בהם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
וגלם חזק ממנו ברוך, אתה אדוני קהל ישראל.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ועמידנו שומרנו לחיים השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ויעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'amidenu shomreinu לחיים. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ויעמידנו שומרנו
The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat in every generation as a covenant for all time. It is a sign forever between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days the eternal God made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from labor and rested. B'shamru.
שמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית תורה. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
עיני ובני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת,
Guys for Amidah, page 164.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא עליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיה כל אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מחלחל חיים בחסד מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים צומח נופלים ברופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל אתה קדוש בשמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהיו לסלח ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai, our God, grant us as our heritage your holy Shabbat, that Israel, who sanctifies your name, may rest on it. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Shabbat.
Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands. You are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence.
ברוך אתה, אדוני, שותך לבדך בית הנפות, מודים אנחנו לך.
When we behold your heaven, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth.
ברוך אתה, אדוני, הטוב שמך, ולך נאה להודות.
A prayer for the state and people and land of Israel, page 377. Avinu Shabashamayim Tzur Yisrael V'Go'alo, O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And let us say, Amen. Before we take a moment for silent personal prayer, we think about our friends and neighbors, members of our community, members of our own families who are in need of the blessing of healing. On this Shabbat, we are especially thinking about Avraham ben Moshe Yitzhak V'Shifra, Mara Baseto, John Brand, Shayla Carvajal, Elliot Citron, Mimi Citron, Lee Hertz, Abby Hurwitz, Mindy Elizabeth Jones, Susan Jones, Sage Cantor, Dee Dee Katzker, Sandra Crumbine, Dixie Lampert, Chandela Bad Avraham Vasara, Mark Silverman, Nancy Simon, Rose Singer, Murray Swift, Kevin Webb, Sarah Wolf, Gadi Moses, and all those who remain as hostages. Mishaberach Avatenu Avraham Yitzhak Yaakov, V'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel V'Leah, Hu Yavarech V'yirapeh et HaCholim, Kadosh Baruch Hu Yamalei Rachamim Alehem, Ulahachli Mam, Ularapotam, Ulahachazikam, Ulahachiotam, Vaishlach Bimhera, Refuah Shlema, Refuat HaNefesh, Urefuat HaGuf, Betoshar, Hole Yisrael, Hashtaba, Galal, Vizman, Kariv, and Omar. We say, Amen. Take a moment for silent personal prayer.
עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן ואמרו
At the end of this week's and the beginning of next week's Torah portion, we read about the death of our patriarch Jacob. As he approaches the end of his 147 years and is preparing to die, Jacob asks his son to do an act of chesed ve'emet. Those are the words that are found in the Torah. Chesed ve'emet, loving kindness and truth. In the context of the story, the two words are kind of put together to mean steadfast loyalty. Jacob is asking his son, Joseph, to be extra loyal to his request not to be buried in the land of Egypt. Jacob's deathbed request for chesed ve'emet seems particularly appropriate as this week, at the age of 100, Jimmy Carter, our oldest president, died. We Jews have had a complicated relationship with President Carter, or more accurately, his post-presidential work and activities. To characterize President Carter's relationship with the Jewish people as chesed ve'emet, steadfast loyalty, would be, let's just say, inaccurate. So tonight, I want to look at those two words separately. We need to speak some emet, some truth about Carter. Of course, he should be lauded for his ability to bring Israel and Egypt together for that historic 1979 peace treaty, one that is still holding to this day. We can look at Carter, who was blamed for stagnation, which was mostly caused by OPEC. It was his policy of requiring cars to get better gas mileage that took 5 years to kick in because those gas-hogging vehicles had to age out of the system. But when they did age out, the demand for gas dropped, the OPEC monopoly was broken, inflation ceased, the economy thrived. But it was Reagan, not Carter, who got the credit. It was Carter who continually worked to revive Johnson's Great Society, the last president who really attempted to focus on poverty in America. Yet some of the emet is also that in his post-presidency, that longest period in American history, he has the longest post-presidency in American history, Carter angered the American Jewish community by aggressively criticizing Israel for its treatment of the Palestinians, characterizing it as apartheid. For this, most of the Jewish community wrote him off. Rabbi Jeffrey Salkin wrote in Religion News Service this week, in his book, Palestine, Peace, Not Apartheid, Carter wrote about all of the Middle East leaders. When it came to Israel's leaders, Carter had nothing good to say. Former Prime Minister Golda Meir smoked too much, often in violation of no smoking signs. Begin was an extremist who was socially awkward and apparently could not make proper eye contact. By contrast, who did Carter admire? Syria's Assad, the father of the recently deposed homicidal despot Bashar Assad, right? Who was characterized as having a gentle sense of humor. Even Carter wrote when talking about Israel, Golda's smoking merits two mentions: Assad's tyrannical murder of hundreds of thousands of his own people, none. Then there was Yasser Arafat, the chairman of the PLO. Carter finds Arafat to be urbane and eloquent. When Arafat claimed that the Jews invented the Arab threat, that they would drive the Jews into the sea, Carter accepted this at face value. But as much as we might not like it, Carter wrote his emet, his truth about Israel. And yet, just as we acknowledge some of his emet, I think we also need to give him some chesed, some kindness. Jimmy Carter was a man of great faith, perhaps one of the last presidents to be so. He taught Sunday school even after being president. He worked for Habitat for Humanity. It was his Carter Center that often observed international elections. His memory does deserve some chesed, some loving kindness. Now, we might think of this, you might be thinking of this as a political sermon, just a reflection on the legacy of a political giant. But at the same time that we are grappling with Carter, we're also grappling with Peter Yarrow, who molested that's Peter, Paul, and Mary, Peter Yarrow, who molested a 14-year-old girl in his hotel room in 1969 and was later pardoned by none other than President Carter in the final hours of his presidency. Or we might be grappling with Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach, who was accused of sexually assaulting and harassing numerous teenage girls and women, or other religious leaders who have complex and conflicting legacies. We need only look at next week's Haftarah with King David on his own deathbed to find a challenging character in our own Jewish path. What does King David request of his son on his final deathbed? To get rid of an enemy that he couldn't. The question, though, of what do we owe the dead in our lives makes this as much a pastoral sermon as a political one. Because the truth is that we all face this all the time. Each one of us has stories of individuals who have wronged us, with whom we have complicated relationships, the memory of whom challenges us. So many times in my career, I've been challenged by children or siblings of a deceased relative who struggle with what to do with their anger, their disappointment, their hurt, their pain. How can I mourn someone who has done so much wrong to me? I remind them that at a funeral, we recite Psalm 23. Who wrote Psalm 23? King David. Do we look at King David as the psalmist? Or do we look at King David as the one who went after another man's wife and was a murderer? Truth is, he was both. And so was Carter. Carter was a great humanitarian, and he said some really problematic things about Israel. Truth is, we have to recognize that every one of us, right, is a combination of both chesed and emet. Right? Can we allow people to be both things, or do we only look at them in binary ways, one or the other? I'm reminded, and by conclusion, right, that if we really look at people in their human context, right, as complex individuals, as combinations of both chesed and emet, right, that it's not for us to do the judging, but rather who is the great judge, the one who is Dayan HaEmet, right? God. And if we leave that judgment up to God, then we can continue living our lives, even in its complexity, even with memories that are challenging to us, but allow us, right, to give chesed, to loving kindness to others, and loving kindness to ourselves. With that, we are going to turn back to our Siddur, to page 586. We'll invite the congregation to rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשפר לדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שם בנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עוונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, קדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts now turn to those who are no longer with us, those who have left us with the gift of memory. On this Shabbat, we acknowledge the yortzites of our congregants, loved ones whom we have commemorated over this past week. Una Apatov, Heather Augusta McCarthy, Sylvia Beich, Pierre Ben Musa, Lila M. Berlin, Irma Dash, Martin Eisenberg, Carmen Espinoza de Garcia, Herbert Fields, Joseph Franco, Howard Garfinkel, Sidney Greenberg, Harris Harold Groten, Leon Heller, Erwin Hyman, Vivian Marcus, Elise Jody Marcus, Dr. Samuel I. Mintz, Andrew Mollett, Laura Ben Mus, Jacob Nutman, Rose Pollock, David Portman, Joan Turnoff, Zella Wanone, and all those who are listed below who are remembered on our memorial walls here in the sanctuary. We join together for Kaddish Tome, Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. We invite the remaining congregants to rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach rute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon ub'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'gala uvizman kari v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam olamei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtavach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudashah.
B'richu.
Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushvachata v'nechemata. Damiran Be'alma V'imru.
Amen.
Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya. V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom B'mromav. U'ya'aseh Shalom. Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved. As together we say, Amen. May be seated. Once again, I want to wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom. Say thank you to Sarah Frankel for serving as our greeter this evening. I know it was a difficult job, Sarah. It's a tough crowd today, so thank you. And say thank you to all of our service sponsors this Shabbat, especially to Isabel Betancourt Levy and Javier Alvarez Levy in honor of their anniversary. Happy anniversary today. To Louise and Bob Morell in honor of their 10th anniversary. It's hard to believe that was 10 years ago. To Marlene and Jorge Garcia in memory of Jorge's mother, Carmen Espinoza de Garcia. To Sidel Howitt in memory of her sister Zella Wanon. To Gary and Carol Moss in memory of daughter Laura Beth Moss and sister Gabrielle Gatzert. Sharon Mollett in memory of her husband Andy, and the Rindler and family, and Yolan Ben Musa in memory of their beloved Pierre Ben Musa. Want to just a few announcements. One, we continue to partner with Wisdom with Walls, our online salon for Jewish ideas. So please, if you want to register, you register online. Make sure you have the Temple Sinai code, which will give you a discount on the program. Our sisterhood on Sunday is going to be doing, not this Sunday, next Sunday, is going to be doing a little yoga out on the, we hope it will be outside in the pavilion. We'll see how cold it is and whether you may want to move inside. Later that day, please, I'm letting you know we have 3 more spots. That's it. If you want to join Temple Sinai to see the Nova Dance Festival commemoration exhibit, let us know so that we, 1, have a ticket for you, and 2, if you're going to want to come with us from Temple Sinai and back to Temple Sinai, that we have room for you in our vans. So please let us know. It is a powerful experience. I look forward to sharing it with you on January 12th. Then, that coming Friday, January 17th, please, I'm asking you to come and join us for our Dr. Martin Luther King Interfaith Shabbat. It is very important that we have invited Pastor Jackson and his congregation from Antioch to come. We want to make sure that we have as many people as they do. Okay, so bring some friends along with you. If you have never been to an MLK service, you do not want to miss it. It is quite lively, and we encourage, it's open to the public, so you're welcome to bring anyone and everyone. Then finally, February 8th is our gala. If you have not signed up, if you have not bought your tickets, please do so. If you consider being a patron, that's also helpful. We hope you will help us honor 3 of our past presidents, Darren Friedman and Sage Cantor and Doris Peak-Nagura, all of whom are incredibly worthy and deserving of the honor. I think we are going to...
Okay.
You want to
Yes.
give us the lowdown here?
Yes. This, I mentioned to Rabbi just this afternoon when he was talking about that Carter passed away. I said that also someone who I knew passed away. He was a colleague of mine. I didn't know him personally, but I knew him through his music. He was born in Argentina, a colleague of mine. His name is Teddy Horowitz, and he was one of the first cantors of the golden era of Argentinian cantors. Besides being a great singer, he was also a great composer, and I compose as well. So for me, it was important to dig into his music, and I sometimes sing some of his tunes. Not very often, but I did one or two. And I wanted to conclude the service with one of his compositions, which I sang 13 years ago when I did the Tefilatina concert, and I did it a few times after. This is for a setting for Vayihulu Hashemayim, and Latin cantors around the world decided to, at least this Shabbat, to sing one of his songs. So I'm going to sing Vayihulu Hashemayim. This can be found on page 122, and typically, when you do a Kiddush, you sing this text before Kiddush. We don't usually do it here. Most likely, the tradition is probably to reserve the Vayihulu text, which is talking about the creation and of course the Shabbat and how God rested on Shabbat. This text usually is kept for when you do Kiddush at home. So I'm going to do this here in honor of his legacy, his musical legacy. And you will find other words that are not part of Vayihulu. I added intentionally because this is the whole composition. So here we go. And Sophie will come back again. Thank you, Sophie, for enhancing the musicality of today's service. And this is written in a carnavalito style. Carnavalito is an Argentinian rhythm from the northwest of Argentina, near to Bolivia. That's a typical rhythm from that part of my country. We sing it. One more time. השמיים והארץ וכל צבעם ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה וברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו יבוא שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות Eloheinu Elohei
invite everybody to come a little bit closer for the remainder of Kiddush and Motzi.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם עורר פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר יציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת אותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Gracias.
Era raro, sí. Chequendengue, así lo por eso yo me fijaba. ¿Feliz cuándo?
Bueno, en principio le van a hacer un tris. Shabbat Shalom, visitando.